Shalom Aleichem, it's Rabbi Shepherd here from King David's Tomb, KingDavidKabbalah.com, and we are in Parashas Mishpatim, and we want to get some Kabbalistic inspiration from the Holy Zohar. Zohar Mishpatim, page Tzadik Daled, 94b. He's talking about the different stages within the spiritual growth of every person. ככה זה. בענה שקדית יליד, when a person who is born, יבין לנפשה מסיתרא דבעירא, מסיתרא דדחיו, מסיתרא דאילין להתקרון אופני הקודש. The first stage, says the Zohar, is called nefesh. The person is receiving the level of nefesh, and it is coming from an aspect of pure animal. Okay? There is animals that are pure, those that are impure. Kosher ones, those that Jewish people are allowed to eat, is called pure animals. So this is called nefesh behemit, that a person have a certain strength, the body strength, the body life, that is animalistic character of the person. That's the says the Zohar is coming from a level that is called Ofnei HaKodesh, literally the holy wheels, but we know it is talking about a certain level of angels that are called Ofanim, and this is the level of the Asiyah that is parallel to the Nefesh. The next stage is the Hayatir. If a person is worthy, meaning if he's following the Torah, he's doing the right things in his life, then Ya'avin lerucha. Then from heaven they give him the next level up after the nefesh, that is called ruach. The ruach, says the Zohar, misitra dechayot hakodesh, is coming from the level of the angels that are called chayot hakodesh. And again, this is the world of Yetzirah. That is the level of the angels that is called chayot hakodesh, and within the being of the people is the level of the ruach. Then the next level up, the chayatir, Yavin nishmata, they give him the level of neshama. What is the level of neshama? It's connected to the world of bria, misitra kursaya. Kursaya, the throne, is always connected with the concept of the world of bria. Tlat ilin, inun ama eved v'shifra, the brata de malka. Those three levels of Asiyah, Yetzirah, and Bria are called the Ama, Eved, V'Shifra, the maidservant, the slave, and Shifra is also maidservant, but Ama is a little bit higher level, I guess, of that is referred to the Bria, then the Eved to the Yetzirah, and the Shifra to the Asiyah. Then, if a person is really working on himself, the Chayatir, he can be even more worthy. Then he's getting to the level of the Nefesh once again, but it is Nefesh of the Atzilut, the highest world. So to get the lower part of the highest world is obviously higher than the neshama that we spoke about before of the world of Bria. And that says the Zohar, misitra de bat yichida. What is the bat yichida, the only daughter? So the Sfira of Malchut in the world of Atzilut is called the daughter. Kriyat I bat melech, and she is the princess, and the daughter of the king. Then the Chayatir, if he's even more worthy, Yavin lerucha the Atzilut. Then he's getting to the level of the Ruach of the Atzilut. That is called Misitra de Amuda de Imtsaita, the middle pillar. Okay? So the middle pillar is when we know we have the judgment, kindness, judgment, and mercy. Mercy is the middle pillar. That is the Da'at, the Tiferet, and the Yesod. And that level of Ruach of Atzilut is connected with the middle pillar, specifically the Tiferet, which is the middle of the middle pillar. ויקרי בנים אתם להשם אלוקיכם. And then this person, when he reaches that level, he is called the son of the king. Okay. Then the next level up, Chayatir is even more worthy. Yavili Nishmata. Then he's getting the level of Neshama of the Atzilut, Misitra de Abba ve'Ima. Okay. When a person is getting to that level, so then this is the real Neshama. Before we had Neshama of the Bria. This is more common for more people. But to be in that level of the Neshama of the Atzilut, that's something else. That's really basically the root of our being. And that's why it brings that pasuk from Bereshit, Ve'epach ba'apa nishmat chaim, that Hashem put life in Adam, called nishmat chaim. So this is talking about that level of the neshama of the Atzilut. Mai chaim, what is those life that Hashem gave Adam? Elainun Yud Kei. This is the Yud and the Hey of the holy name Yud Kei Vav Kei. Those two letters, the Yud and the Hey, are connected with the concept of Abba and Ima that was mentioned before, that is the source of that Neshama of Atzilut. Obviously Hashem is the source, but that's the source of the source. And here we're talking about the more direct source of that level of Neshama. And why is it called Nishmat Chaim? What is those life? Is the life that is coming from the Yud Kei, the Abba and Ima. And this is what we say, Kol HaNeshama Ta'alel Yud Kei. That is talking about that level of Neshama, of the Atzilut, that she is the one that can really praise Hashem. V'ishtalim be Yud Kei Vav Kei. And this is the completion of the Yud Kei Vav Kei. So, what do we learn from here? Obviously, the Zohar continues. I think we're all here to get those principles, those concepts that are very, very important for also generally spiritual growth, as it is the simple understanding of that article, but it is also important for the Kabbalistic meditations when we are meditating on the elevation on the different parts of our being. And it is mentioned in the introduction of the Siddur, Zichron David, that basically the meditation within the prayer every morning, we're starting from that level of Nefesh, of the Asiyah, and we're going up to the Ruach of the Yitzirah, and then we're getting to the Neshama of the Bria, until we get to the Atzilut in the Amidah. So all of that process that is described here as the general growth roadmap of spiritual growth, let's say, for every person's life. But it is also in the smaller scale, is the spiritual involvement that each one of us has every moment, every tefillah, every bracha, every time we are trying to do those meditations of the spiritual elevation from one level to another. This is the ladder, this is the levels of the ladder that we have to climb on and to come down to. So basically the concept is that we are starting from the physical body, and the nefesh be'emit, the animalistic part of us that is giving the strength of the physical body to this physical body. And this is the beginning of our spiritual being. And then from there, we go one level after the other, climbing up all the way to the source of the neshama in the Atzilut. So Hashem will help all of us to grow and to achieve the tikkun of each level to be able to be worthy to go in and start our walk on the next level. And B'ezrat Hashem, I hope that Hashem will be happy with the work that we do and help us to grow and to share all of these wonderful concepts and inspiration and techniques of the meditations, B'ezrat Hashem, with more and more people. And this is the time to ask for your help. Each one of you that enjoys those classes, whatever it is that you can do, if it is with joining the membership club, if it is sharing those classes, tell about it to other people that are interested in all kinds of different meditations. Please offer those people to hear those classes and to get this inspiration, to use the built-in spiritual technology that we have implanted within our being from the beginning of the creation. Let's try to use it and to reach our potential with the help of Hashem. Thank you very much. Bracha v'atzlacha, many blessings. And B'ezrat Hashem, we will continue next week. Shabbat shalom u'vurach.